What up, what up? Hey everybody, it's your boy Illidan. Um, Came over here, I killed this iron mine, and I thought about it. I was like, it's probably be like one of the main times I'm kind of just mining and thinking up stuff, and a lot of tips and tricks that can go along with the game really help you out. One of the main things that I was about to do helped me out a lot is your character holds weight differently than the horses do. So like whenever I get back to the horse, he's gonna be holding a different amount of weight than me. So technically, like he can hold more, but I carry it for less. So that way, like 800 pounds for him, it's only gonna be like 600 for me. Even though I can't carry 600 pounds, he can carry 600 pounds. And it really helps when you're trying to do it solo. Really like this game, but the upkeep is kind of frustrating. I mean, I guess it'll make sense for bigger squads when they're on a map together. But if you're riding solo, it's kind of a big deal that these things cost X, Y, Z, and you only have X. Oh. Yeah, if you're really good, you can get stuck like that. And then get out of it. Because I'm just a gangster like that. Do savage stuff. If you are trying to do this game solo, which it is, it's doable. Just whenever you take on a big old camp, just kind of trail them away. Their aggro distance isn't that big, so you can take advantage of that. And yeah, man, make it really easier on yourself. Just pull them away one by one or two by two, whatever you feel like. If you feel a little froggy, go ahead and leap. I'll take them out 2x2s. Yeah, like look at him. He's at his max right now, right? Or, I mean, he pretty much is, but I'm gonna stack a couple more nodes on him. Especially while I can before everything starts respawning. Which I would have shown you the process, but God, that would have been a long video of just me. I'd pull one, kill one. I'd pull one, I kill one. And then just try and do that as fast as possible. It'll just mine up to these last two nodes and that'll be it. Yeah, man, I was with a big old clan. We did big base, a big base in the desert, and it was really dope. But I mean, game kind of fell apart uh, with everybody. Okay, so you see how slow he is right now? But if I take all of it, it's nothing for him. Just look. It's the same weight, same stuff. It's just it's lighter on me for some reason. Well, what it is every time you get upward in your mining, you get to where you can upgrade your ores to way less. So like my ores weigh substantially less when I carry them. And I mean, it's really good to help out solo players trying to do their thing. I mean, I got my boy Justin on, but me and him are pretty much two solo players that play together. That makes any sense. Me and a bunch of my homies, even when I do get on and get like a big old group together, it usually ends up being a bunch of solo players that group together and play together. Um, which is better in my opinion. Uh, Usually, if a player is willing to play solo, he knows what he's doing. He's got a lot of his shit together. That and that and there. Upgrades are so big when it's early game to help you progress. It's like the more you upgrade, the more you get out of everything that you do. Why won't he just access the furnace the first time? I don't know what it is about that, but he never wants to access the furnace the first time. No, I don't really have any need for the XP. Especially at this point, I'm at 53. The only thing that's really gonna give me XP is crafting like big ticket items, like maybe if I craft a pill cauldron or something like that. That would be enough to sit there and get me going, but other than that, it's not really worth it. Always have a horse at your locations. And this game is built where it's such a big map, you need multiple locations, so it's ideal to have beds on different sides of the map. Wanted to move more westward, but a lot of the ideal locations were taken. Like this guy right here, Foreplay. He definitely has the spot that I was gonna go for. We didn't figure out that he was there until we got there. So that was a setback. And we saw this waterfall and it just really looked dope. It's gonna be kind of inconvenient to build there, but the location looks really good and we can kind of incorporate the water with the build. And I was thinking maybe if I built, maybe if, me and Justin come together and build on the river, because you can build pillars and stuff, maybe we can put the guild boundary on the river and it would have like, you know, a bridge connection through the river. I don't know, things I'm mulling over, and this is a field probably gonna take over here shortly. I'm gonna build a raid base. I found a dragon border out here at the stronghold, and back in my other playthrough, I had a permanent raid base that I was just farming dragon borders and selling them too. Like I had a shit ton of money and all that shit, but I wanted to start over from scratch and get a good feel of the game. You know, without the cushion of the big group, you know, because once you have a big group, it makes things a whole lot easier. A lot of this stuff doesn't seem as hard for all those solo, but for all the solo players out there, like it's a grind. Go ahead and craft you up a bunch of flags. That way, you know, you just come here every 2 days, reset your flag. Try to have your horses where they aren't in the way every time you try to do something, because that'll help a lot. Might not need to tell you that one, but it does. Oh, I already moved. Everything down. Steel is gonna be a task. I'm not willing to do another desert base though, where you had to keep up with the ice and you had to have a steady flow of ice. I mean, it's just not really feasible as a solo. But I did want, you know, I'll do runs to the desert just to get brimstone. For the most part, I know where they're at. If I remember correctly, it was a while ago, but I think there's a lot of brimstone. I think it was like right here. 21, 30, -3, 33, 44. Around that area. I think it's where we built at last time. And it was a task. Like, you gotta buy the ice and shit and keep up with it. You gotta build ice containers everywhere that you want cold air. Which makes no sense whatsoever. Like, that's not how you would've it's not how that would've went down back in the days, having a massive ice container that cools the entire area. That just doesn't make much sense at all. How much does it take? Oh, square wooden boards. How much? What does it take to make a square wooden? I forgot. I wanted to make a torture rack before I train this dragon border and make everything go a little bit smoother. It is a level 30, so I kind of want them. So I haven't had. Oh, it's just hardwood. Okay, I got that. How much was it? This is gonna be a chill video. Just kind of giving some tips and tricks, keeping up with the base, doing this and that. 25. And if it's 6, God bless it, that's a lot of hardwood. 6 per. Huh, had enough for 10. 60 per 10. So I need another 90 should give me exactly 25. And it might be a little extra work to keep, you know, all this stuff over there and then keep that stuff over here, but yeah, 15. Perfect. Yeah, that'll give me 25. God, how long do those take? Well, I think while all those are crafting and all that smelting, I'm going to take a trip to the other base. Oh. Wow, that was really laggy just now for no reason. Alright, so teleport back to the new base, which is coming along really nicely. Now, I managed to get all this. God, dog! What? That lag was intense. Just like everything looked fine for a second. And then it all just completely shit the bed. Yeah, I managed to fit all of this into one single flag, which was really nice. I'm gonna set the whatchamacallit up for I'm gonna reset all the banners before I log off tonight. Yeah, like it looks really dope, and if we can build out there on the water, it'd be really cool. Might keep this as like a little fort. Might not, probably not though, to be honest, because we're gonna need personal flags for the farm. Because like this game is unforgiving if you don't have a farm. Like we can't get the oil for because you need vegetable oil for like everything. Like just to quench some of my weapons. Like in all this stuff, all this armor that I would love to wear, can't make any of it. Shit, I can't even craft any of it until I start getting some flow of vegetable oil. So it's on my to-do list. Maybe one of these days, whenever me and Justin are online at the same time, we'll try and get get that field taken over. It's on my to-do list. My horse is trapped there. I'm thinking about just letting him go. That little red dot. He's a horse that's following me, and he's screwed. Yeah, he got stuck, and I just don't know what to do about him. I'm probably just gonna have to let him go. It is what it is. You'll always find better horses. I think the best horses that I found were around this vagrant camp in the swamp. Which, if you know anything about the swamp, it's another thing like the desert. You gotta have like bug spray in order, or like a bug repellent to go up in the swamp with. And then the mountains. I haven't done a whole lot in the mountains. I mean, I went to all the neutral camps doing the trader missions just to like trade goods, and you get, I think it's respect it's prestige. You get prestige from selling at all the traders, so I kind of just did it just to do it. Because, I mean, by that point, me and all the people I was with, mm, I mean, we had literally stacks of everything that you need and like top tier weapons. Or at least fucking, I think we made it to black iron. Yeah. And my boy was crafting with black iron. And I mean, I still have all my steel blueprints. So like we had steel and black iron stuff, which is like pretty much as good as the game gets. I think it goes to meteorite, but like meh. For the most part, it was like as good as it gets, especially for a solo. And I think it'll be interesting to see if I can even get back up to that level as a solo, like a level that we were. I mean, I definitely won't get to where we had multiple farms and multiple mines all around the map collecting. But it'd be dope to see how far you get as a solo. And yeah, so keep beds and a horse to easily teleport to. Um, that way, it'll just make your day-to-day life easier. Teleport here, use this one, teleport there, use that one. Just have the horses kind of spread out. Ideally, like in twos. And maybe, if you got a far away spot, you can just have like one horse out there. But you don't want to be left on foot on this massive map that, I mean, Jesus, it just goes everywhere. It's a great team building game, and the more people you got, 10 times easier. So I'm not trying to diss on the players that look at it as a team building game. I mean, it really is, but for those solo players that need it, um, yeah, it's just a bunch of tips that I can think of that'll help you out. Also, if you don't have the map unlocked, which this was a task in itself just to get the map unlocked, um, you can kind of take a look here at how massive it is. These right here, it's a skill point. If I can zoom in, having technical difficulties. Okay, anyway, this right here is a skill point on the map, as well as this one. And I think there's like 3 more. I can't seem to. I thought I got one in the swamp somewhere. I don't know, but there's a handful of them on the map. There's extra points that you can get. Um, it's pretty big help. These strongholds are the best place to find like NPCs. Notice one guy, he had an army of NPCs that he didn't, because you have a limit as a character for the NPCs that you can control. But there is no limit to NPCs you can just have, right? Like as long as they aren't a part of your team. So he would have them in cages. He had a fleet of uh fleet of NPCs just in cages ready to go. Now I don't know if anyone watching knows about what PvE and PvP means, but when you're on a PvE server like we were last time, you can't directly attack another player without like going through. You had to pay money and you had to have prestige in order to even do it. And it's like a whole political thing, damn near, that you had to go through in order to um, get that to happen. So what bruh did was he had this army of NPCs locked away in these cages just in case the other clan had ever started harassing them. So the other clan took it as a threat towards them. So then what they did is if you aggro an NPC next to someone else's structure, you can get that NPC to sit there and beat on that structure and tear walls down. And it got to the point where the two clans, the one I was with and the other one, I'm not going to start saying names and stuff like that, but the other clan that was against us um, actually attacked our main with this dragon border that they had in a cage and let loose while we were AFK. This man broke through um, like stone walls and was actually tearing up like we had a whole horse pen, and he annihilated a bunch of horses, and then players started coming up trying to stop it, but it was a fucking dragon border, so the players started dying. I mean, it was a big mess. It was a big mess. And it just kind of shows how toxic these servers can get. Um, like if I really wanted to, and if I wanted to be toxic, like this guy, what's his name? Infurious, right here. If I sat there and wanted to attack Legion, and like he doesn't even have walls at this base, which it is what it is. I'm not trying to go ahead and give him a smoke, but if I wanted to, I could grab this dragon border from this stronghold and literally just drop him off in a cage and let him tear apart that guy's base. And it's kind of overpowered. If you ask me, it's kind of stupid the way that that works, but I don't even know if there's anything that they could do to fix that. I don't even know what you would do to try and fix that. It just seems like that's just gonna be a thing. Yeah, so I was using it's gonna be ridiculously hard to try and knock this dragon border out with this club. I don't know if I'll be able to do it or not, but I'm going to try. And I'm gonna build a little raid base with like a spawn point and all, just in case I do die. And it would be really interesting to see. So keep your eye out for that video. That one's gonna be entertaining, to say the least. Might as well cut this off. Oh no, still got 48? Damn. They go really slow if you don't sit there and do it yourself. What about the square boards? I wonder if that's done or not. Yeah, tips as a solo, one of the big things is you don't have to be at a workbench to get the XP from it. Like if you look, I'm getting shared XP just from things getting completed. So like early game, you didn't want to sit there and watch every cricket cook or every, you know, whatever craft. Of course, I guess early game, for the most part, you're doing it in your inventory anyway, so it wouldn't matter. Yeah, for this, I'm definitely gonna have to help it along, otherwise it'll take forever. mean, try to have everything doing something, constantly moving. Yeah, so I'm getting 7 XP from over here every time one of the iron ingots craft. So I mean, if I was sitting there crafting them, I'd only get like 30. So it's not gonna kill you to not be there for every single thing. Now, if you want the most XP out of your stuff, you would sit there and actually craft the item. And also time constraint. It cuts your time in half every time you put your character to craft something. See, like, look, it's at 3 minutes for this torture rack. But if I back out and look at it, 6 minutes. So to literally cut your time in half, which is huge. Huge. I'm trying to think of any other trips that I got for solo. I mean, like resources. One thing that I've, actually kind of learned fairly recently is it's easier when you do all one thing at one time versus trying to do it all in a general area. See, like, different games do have like different styles of inventory and all kinds of stuff. So when you're doing specific stuff like wood, right? You're gonna get branches, bark, hardwood, complete wood, resin, you know, and all of that takes up different inventory slots, and then it takes weight as well. Versus, if you're doing stone, you're gonna get rubble and sand, and uh, if you're doing clay, you're getting all kinds of stuff. So you're getting all these different items, and it's different weights, and it all doesn't really mix together well. So ideally, you would do a lumber run, and then you do a grass run, especially grass. Oh my God, you get so much stuff, different items and stuff with doing grass that it would just be exhausting to do it any other way. Um, so yeah, do it all at one time. Do it all at one time. That way you take care of your weight and your inventory space problem. Can't tell you how many times I was out there cutting the grass and I'm like, no, I gotta sit there and be meticulous in what I even bring, and I end up dropping stuff, which, I mean, dropping wildflowers or, whatever else, crickets or whatever, isn't that big of a deal. But especially as a solo, it ends up becoming a big deal over time because that's easy money that you could have had, you could have sold as your boundary marker, um, made some easy cash. I remember I don't have them anymore, but my mounts were awesome. And this was on my old server, Legend. He was definitely my best horse. He's a goner now. I don't know if there's any way to bring horses back, especially if they were on a different, like, I'm not on the same server anymore. Yeah, these were both legendary horses. Um, he was just ridiculous. Legend was just an absolute animal. The Impact Force 2007 and Life Force 371. Oh, wait a second. Life force is, yeah, that's how many times that isn't what you want to see the HP. So the HP is like 11 grand. Whereas this horse, he's at not even 2,000, not even 1,800. God, I missed that horse. And Emerald was the first horse that I bred. Well, the first legendary horse that I bred. And I think she was yeah. Look at that speed. 995. She's even faster than our dad was. And like almost almost twice, well, nah, about 50% faster than this horse right here. That's actually stuck on a hill because he's just that good at doing things wrong. I let go all of my soldiers. That actually happened before I even left. I left them with other players. I just gave it because I had put this game down for a while. So, but one of the main things I think I'm the most proud of is my projectiles. Okay, you can hate it all you want to about throwing in this game, but it's faster than the bow and the crossbow. With the bow, it's actually more accurate than the bow because you don't have the sway that you get from bow. Oh crap, I'm completely. Whoa. Yeah, these are the upgrades that I was talking about earlier. You actually have to pay for your level to increase anymore, so I should probably take these reset points or these expertise. That's what it's called, expertise points, and that's what you find on the map. It's not skill points. It's called expertise points, and yeah, give me those back. There's no point. This won't get any higher than 450 until I go to this bandit camp, this neutral camp right here. I gotta go to this camp and actually buy the upgrade for it. And the upgrade's really expensive. I can't remember how much it was exactly, but it's really expensive. Um, so yeah, you actually have to pay to get over 450. Yeah. So I'm almost there with my throwing, which was really hard to do. That's a lot of throwing. My physique, my mining. Whoa, I am tripping. I think that all happened when I came to this. I think I was right on the cusp when I had finished playing. And then when I came to this server, I got all these upgrades and I forgot to put them in place. Oh man. But yeah, so you can see what you get in your higher levels. And I gotta remind myself of all this stuff too. It's like what you get from your higher levels. Durability loss, the output of stones and iron. Yeah. It's just good I caught this before I started making trips to the desert, because that really would have sucked. And I can take my expertise points off of this for now. Dang. Yeah, I think I was on the cusp of everything. And, yeah. My crap. Oh my. Good. Oh, that's why I didn't buy. Okay. Yeah, like I want it up there, but I don't really have that much money. Like I got like 10 grand. I don't want to spend it all on one thing. Oh, my medicine. Yeah, so my medicine is what I paid to upgrade, and my recruitment. Now you had to pay to get past 450, and then it tops out at 600. And then once you hit that top out of 600, then you got to pay again to get past another threshold. And I think you had to pay one more time to get the proficiency maxed out. Um, this was the main thing I remember working on because I didn't even know it was a skill. But command skill is huge because what is it? Increases the stamina, increases the HP, increases the movement speed. Yeah, here it is. Increase max recruit number to 5. Number 4, number 3. Yeah, so I think that allows you to have 2 people with you, and then so on and so forth. Like you can tell someone to follow you, but then in order to get them, I'm wondering how would you upgrade? How could you grind that skill? Actually, really need to grind this skill. It is way too low. That's already maxed out, so I'm not worried about that. Huh, my one-handed is so low. My shield. Why is my shield still so low? I gotta, I gotta figure out how to grind those skills. Crafting's easy. Crafting's easy to grind out some skills for. Building. I actually got level 450 building, and like I didn't even build that many massive structures in this game. I don't know how you get building, to be honest. I guess just crafting stuff, crafting building stuff. I think like maybe if it gives you building for crafting like weapons benches, quenching tables, stuff like that, like workbenches and stuff. Because I crafted a lot of that, but I didn't craft any like direct structures for the most part. I mean, not too much, not enough to get 450. That 450 came from something else. I think it was the, yeah, I think it had to be workbenches and stuff like that. I really gotta go to the guy and pay for this one too. I gotta get my money back up. Oh, we had so much money flowing in. I was just spending money on shit, trying to get this thing topped out so I could go ahead and spend on this. Oh, and this. Oh, man. This tech tree is so ridiculous. One thing that kind of pissed me off, bro. I'm not gonna lie. What the fuck is this? What is this? How is it 65 ingots with 40 rare wood, 8 rare stone, 25 tenacious leather, and 10 iron chains? Because fuck it, why not? You put everything else into this one item. Why don't you just put the entire, whatever you got in the chest, just put it into this one item? Just go ahead and put it in there. Jesus, 40 60? It just makes no sense. Why is that so expensive? No other item in the game is that expensive. 6 iron ingots. Six. Most things are 6. This one's 7, just because it wants to be different. But like that's another thing that makes no sense to me. It's like the iron hoe. It's like 7 ingots. The two-handed farming sickle, 65. I don't know. That just doesn't make any sense to me. And I don't know if I want to spend my. Oh, one horror story is I built like 50 of these bad boys, right? And 50 or 6, no, 60. 60 of these bad boys. One of these and one of these. I never placed it down. By the time I finished, and I don't know, I've made like a handful, probably like 20 or 30 of these. I did the regulars, not the largest, but I did like 30 of these as well. I never placed it. Never placed it down because I had no place to place it. Like everything was getting hit up from the other clan because everyone was out for blood on the old map or the old server. Everyone was out for blood, and it just really ruined the game. I mean, this game can get really toxic, bro. And I've dealt with my fair share of toxic people, but like, it's not like it's in Rust or some shit, and I can just kind of like helicopter on the motherfucker's base and maybe catch him on the roof when he's up there sniping and shit again. No, it's just like these motherfuckers are wait until you're offline to do some shit. And then it won't even be them doing it. It would just be them like sabotaging your stuff. And that to me just got really old really fast. I really want to make that rhino armor. Yeah, I really want to make that rhino armor when I get a chance. But that's another thing I gotta get. Um, I gotta get that vegetable oil going. Oh yeah, and I figured this out the other day. You can actually make. Oh damn it! You can actually make um a a drill ground for your player, and that is huge to be able to like grind out skills for your own player. War Rhino armor. I honestly would love to ride one, but the way see the way they got it set up is you have to have like I think you can skip up to a deer because the deer is a herbivore and he just kind of does his own thing. But like from deer on up, you have to have the other one because the other tier down because each animal makes like a fodder for the next and so on and so forth. Like each animal ends up depending on the other. And I'm trying to see if I can find the animal housing structures. I don't see it. Anyway, so they have like a fox and then, or no, a rabbit and then a fox and then a deer and then, or no, and then pigs and then a deer and then a bear and then tigers and then rhinos and then elephants, right? And each one is codependent on the other one. So you got to have one in order to have the other one because each one makes fodder for the other one. And this game already has so much upkeep. Like, I wouldn't mind roughing a damn war rhino thing, but that's just too much work, bro. That is way too much going on, even for me. Like, that is a lot of stuff. Whenever you get up in the levels, you can get better healing and stuff. I think this probably be the best healing, but it's not. Like, if you had all that stuff ready to go all the time, easy enough. And I mean, most of it's actually pretty easy to get, except for the high quality ginseng and the real gar. Everything else is relatively easy to get. I think the bang for your buck, that's the one. Eh, now the golden wound's alright, I guess. I don't know. Maybe bang for your buck would probably, because that's actually really easy to create. So I guess the best bang for your buck would be the golden wound. Bandages are just tiresome, and they're not very effective. The treasure pill is like almost restores 28, so you gotta think your character has, like, my guy has, well, 2,000 health. So that's 28. How often? Yeah, it's 28 HP every second for 30 seconds. So let's just do even math. 30 times is, wait a second, 30 10 times is 300 times 3 is 900. So about 900 health is about what you're getting from a treasure pill, which is like half of my life bar, which my guy has an pretty extensive life bar. Like, that's kind of the whole thing about the build that I went for the character is light armor. So his physique is supposed, and I think he had, like, with the light armor skill. Hold on, let me go back to. Light armor. Yeah, the light armor skill. I think you also get. Yeah, you get a speed boost, but I think you also get health, right? Yeah, I know you get a damage boost and a speed boost. I guess maybe it's the physique Yeah, I think it's just the physique that kind of goes hand in hand with it because you're constantly. There we go. Okay, so it was physique. So physique is what actually increases your character's health. Okay. I thought it was something to do with light armor, but whatever. Yeah, man, I think I'm gonna leave the video there. I kind of got to get ready for big raid and everything, and go ahead and sign off, man. It's your boy Illidan. Peace.